Hey boys, welcome back to the second part of this county cricket game where we're in a bit of bother for sure. Only posted about 130 odd in the first innings. Personally, it's been another fairly stellar performance, a 5 for 14. Just unheard of bowling. That's we're making our mark count for sure. I feel like we've already, that is actually pretty close. They've gone up big time. It's spun back. Looking at the ball tracking here, surely it's hit us outside the line. Yeah, just outside off. It was going on to hit. So gotta be a little careful. There is a lot of turn in the pitch. Looks like it's starting to rough up a little bit. It's what has happened there? I don't think I got anything on it, so that's going to be 4 byes, I guess. The keeper was just wasn't in the game. Just wasn't in the game. What can you say? But trail by 105. We need to produce. This is our time to shine. We've been in impeccable form. Hopefully it can come to the forefront again in this innings. Finch up the other end is doing a stellar job as well. 29 off 38. So he's not getting bogged down and also rotating and scoring as well. As we're gonna get another 4 overthrows. Again, it's not a plan to cheese it. it just happens. It just happens, dude. So we'll take the 4 runs. I can't not take him even if I wanted to, but I want to. I want the 4, so we'll take it as a no ball is called there. Move on to 9, trail by less than 100 now, which is always good to see. Brooks here, he bowled very well in the first innings. He's copping a little bit here. None for 40 odd into his 10th over, copping some flack for sure. But we just need to play sensible. Ideally we'd love to. I mean, if we can get 100, that's the deficit done, and then you would hope, around you there'd be another 100 or so runs scored, hopefully. So, I feel like it's probably pretty optimistic to think that we could have like a 200 lead, but 100-run lead, I think that's doable. If we can bang out 200 more runs here, get a lead of 100, anything can happen. You gotta set yourself up for that last day, second last day, and just let it to the bowlers. I mean, we've been in great form, so anything can happen. Get a couple of quick ones. That's the plan. That's the ideal plan as it stands right now. As Miles here steaming in 120 kilometers. This is actually the worst type of bowler to face. I hate facing. We're just gonna absolutely nail that one. So my point is a little bit invalid, but I cannot stand facing like the medium pace bowlers, 110 Ks to 120 Ks. It's so hard to time. I cannot for the life of me get the timing right for these type of pace bowlers. It's so much more difficult. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's a couple of things, but I feel like the main one being that you don't face it that much. I guess like genuinely it's gonna be full fast or medium fast or fast bowling, so anywhere from 130 to high 140s, and that's like quick, and then spin bowling, which is obviously slow, and then this type of bowling in between. It's just you're just not used to it, and I feel like around this pace as well, like from 110 to 120 kilometers, I feel like there's a massive pace difference. Like I feel like I time it. If someone's bowling about 110, 115, like I time it early pretty much every time, and then they'll bowl the one odd 20 kilometer an hour delivery, and I time it late. It just feels like a much greater variable. Whereas if someone was bowling 135 and then 140, I feel like it's it's easier to adjust, I guess. That's the simplest way I can put it in a long fashion. But we're doing a good job. We're 29-29. Finch up the other end doing his business as well. So the deficit it's fast going down. We're starting to play some really nice shots. That's again, we played a couple of these little guides off the back foot. I mean, it's all timing, it's all eye. There's not much footwork. There's not much of anything going on with this shot. It's just all eye and skill. Again, we're looking for that shot. We just couldn't quite hit it square enough to beat the slip there. But yeah, the deficit is pretty quickly declining. 64 now, as again that beautiful back foot cover drive. This one a little bit straighter, just past mid off, in fact. But this shot has just really come into its own the last few matches, or probably last couple of months really for our series. Again, it's just too good. 4 fours off the over. That's a way to bat, dude. And we race along here. We're 42 now. 42 off 42. Finch is also approaching a half century. This is turning into a very handy partnership. I don't know what is the keeper doing, dude. I was trying to sneak like 2 overthrows there, but we just couldn't quite get it done. As we trail by 40 now, so we just want to knock that off, and then anything above that is gravy, because we're in a pretty dire position after the first innings of this game. So to be in a position like this, maybe the pitch is getting better to bat on, and maybe we had the rough end of the stick in that very first innings. I mean, hopefully not. So we get a little bit of stuff to work with in the 4th innings, but you know, regardless, we're gonna have to bowl well anyway, as that is very, very close. I'm actually standing. I decided to stand more outside the line of off stump, as ball tracking again. It must be very close. Oh, it's not actually that close at all. It's hit us. It didn't look that. The ball tracking looked very different. It didn't seem that far outside off. I mean, I am standing outside off, but it didn't seem that far off. I don't know. Am I going crazy? That looked very different to the live ball. But yeah, we're standing outside off just to try and counteract a little bit of the spin here, because then we can leave the ball a little bit. Oh, geez, that was close. We can leave the ball a little bit better on line in this case, as there's the 51 off 56. Very well batted. A very handy counter-attacking little 50 here. But yeah, we can sort of pick up where the ball is going to be going a little bit easier. That's sort of the idea anyways. A beautiful shot. And then when he fires one out a little bit wider than he'd probably like, then we can play it through the cover region. And that's a beautiful shot for another boundary. It looks like, I know Finch is still there, 59 of 86. Only trailed by 17 now. So yeah, we're this is a very good partnership. Unfortunately, little commentator's curse right there. We were looking good. I thought the plan was working, and then he takes a good grab, a little one-hander. It kept low, and it didn't look like a bit of an arm ball. It didn't quite spin back, so we yeah, unfortunately couldn't go on with it. It looked like we got an okay score though. What are they gonna need? They're gonna need about, if it loads, I'm gonna be bowling to Rhodes here. Look at that, dude. The average at best bowling. So they need 122. it's not great, but we're in a position. Yeah, if we're excellent, we can win. It is a possibility. But if you look at the figures there, the 5 for 12 hasn't actually updated, or 5 for 14 hasn't updated yet. So that'll be our new best bowling performance. So it looks like this game is starting to get away from us. Unfortunately, couldn't. Ooh, that's close. Just outside the line of off stump that time. Gonna look at ball tracking here. he got a decent stride out to this one, and yeah, probably a couple of inches outside off. Missing off some apparently as well. But yeah, couldn't get the breakthroughs early on to really put any pressure on, and it's pretty much, yeah, there we go. We got the 1 wicket, and that was all she wrote. But again, I mean, I know we're still back. They're still they need 3 runs to win. We come in, you know, I don't really want to lose it off our bowling, but we got a chance to pick up a sneaky wicket, so don't hate it. But yeah, personally, again, it's been a pretty good game. I mean, our best bowling figures, 5 for 14, another 50 under the belt. Unfortunately, the batting did let us down a little bit. The first innings we couldn't get going, and even that, you know, the 50, we really needed to turn that into a big one to set ourselves up for a potential victory. But you know, it's still, you can't be too disappointed. As a personal note here, Warwickshire do win by 9 wickets. It's a bit of a thumping in the end. But you know, we'll regroup. I do get man of the match, probably a little bit fortunate. Elias Hunt probably deserved it with 100 and a 73, but we did have a decent game. Hopefully, guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like, and I'll see you in the next one.